Hello random viewers and welcome to yet another episode of Kerbal Space Program. And you may notice that I sound kind of different and kind of echoey, and I really do apologize for that. However, you will also notice that the sound quality is much higher. You'll be able to hear my keyboard, my mouse, all that. Sound quality is a lot higher because I have a new microphone. So I'm really hoping that you guys will stop yelling at me about my sound quality, and I will do my best to deal with the echo at some point. But for now, it'll be alright. Because the only way I can really deal with that is going to be to put, like, curtains all over my walls, basically. Even though there's only 2 windows in my room, I'd need curtains on, like, every wall to get rid of this echo. So, yeah. I do apologize. But, we should get it at some point. So, yes, today's episode, I want to get these things launched, because these are important, and I want to get them built and done with. So yes, we're going to launch these, we're going to dock them to the station. I think we need to put up 2 of them, but I'm also going to check the station to make sure we don't need anything else. So I will get started on that, and I will be right back with a time-lapse of the launch. There we are. We now have yet another piece added to our large ship. It's getting pretty big now. I moved the tug and extra science module to the back, which is where they'll stay for probably the rest of the mission. I know that the science module will be added to the front of one of these later on. That's right, I need to retrofit the other one to be able to be a lander as well. I'll do that. And the reason for that is so that we can visit Ike. Oh, and the sun's rising too. That's cool. And that'll help recharge all the solar cells. Yeah, we've got small solar panels scattered throughout the ship, powering it. I didn't want to deploy any of the radiators or main solar panels until everything's attached. That way we're not, you know, at any risk of damaging them with engine exhaust. But the next step is going to be to transfer a lot of this fuel over, which we don't have any in there pretty much. I guess we can add a little bit from the tank that did survive, and then we can return it. So I will work on that. Alright, we now have all the fuel transferred out of the ascent stage, except for a tiny amount that I'm going to leave inside of this little section right here so that it can return. The other section of the ascent stage will stay attached, and we'll jettison it later, and it's there just to provide a heat shield. I'll show you how this works. So what we're going to do is we're going to decouple that, and that's going to drift away. And it's going to leave behind this egg-looking thing, and it has a heat shield and a fairing. And this will help us when we're aerobraking at Duna. We won't aerobrake completely, but somewhat. And we'll also use this somewhat when we're re-entering. It does have a tendency to flip over, and it probably will, but it will provide some shielding through the worst of the re-entry. Even though it's pretty mild, it's just good to have that extra protection. I'm also going to close down these doors. We don't need those open. Alright, so there we go. This little section right here will be what enters Duna. And, yeah, it'll be pretty simple. So I'm going to return this, and you can watch it land. I don't think this is possible. No, probably not. So, yeah, whatever. This is certainly interesting, though. This block. Oh, there it goes. Alright, let's recover that. How much do we get for a single metal block? Girder, 9 funds. Well, I just noticed this contract. This is ridiculous. They want us to fly by Minmus, then fly by the moon. Emma, stop! And then fly by Duna, and then slam into Kerbin's atmosphere. Stop flicking your tail to hit my microphone. Wow, Emma's being crazy. What do you want? There, that should make her go away. So, yeah, that's a lot of targets to hit in one launch. It would certainly be a probe. I think I could do it. That'd be an interesting... They call it the Supreme Duna 4 Rally. Wow. That's a great title for an episode. So I guess I'll be doing that later. But not this episode. I'm also going to accept this contract because we have 2 Kerbals who want to go to Minmus. It's just extra money because I need to complete that, those seismic readings. So what we're going to do is we're going to select our crew, get out of there. We're not going to put anyone in that lander can. We're going to put Vanilla, she's a tourist, and then Hudsel. Then we need a pilot. It doesn't have to be a pilot though. Let's send, no, not a completely new person. Could send Bill. Bill needs some more training, so we'll send him to Minmus. And yeah, we'll be ready to launch. And I've modified this to add an extra little lander at the top, and that way we can fly around and hit all those little seismic reading spots. So the ship is now on its way, and I realized there's a big problem. It does not have a probe core on board. I could have sworn that it did, but it does not. And because I brought Bill, and I have 2 tourists, that means that I cannot use SAS. And that's gonna infinitely increase my workload. No, well, not infinitely, but it's gonna make things very difficult during landing and while doing these scientific tests. I think I can do it. Actually, I know I can, but it'll look sloppy, but whatever. I guess that happens. Alright, here's our stage re-entering. It might actually burn up. Yeah, we lost a chunk of it. Yeah, we might get to see some explosions this time. Assuming it stops oscillating. There went an explosion. There we go. It's a little bit better. Oh, here's a chunk. Wow, it survived. Yep, that's the fun of settings. You can make things explode. We're now arriving at Minmus. Yeah, no SAS, so I'm gonna have to focus a lot on every single maneuver. Okay, there's that done. And it's a pretty decent orbit. And it should allow us to hit those spots. So apparently, when I'm not in communication with Kerbin, I can't even place or delete maneuver nodes. That's crazy. I'm in communication now, somehow. Not exactly sure how that works with the planet there, but whatever. Alright, I think that's us down on the surface. Wow. That was pretty awful. Are we in a new biome? No, we're not. Whatever. Alright, I'm gonna work on that contract, and I'll be back. So now it's time for us to fly around and go and get those contracts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to activate navigation for one of those sites. And, oh, it's really unhappy. And then I'm gonna get Bill out. So it's gonna be in that direction. Okay. That's helpful. So what we're going to do is we're going to get him moving. He's going to have to climb into this capsule upside down. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to decouple that thing. Oh, well, we're going to quick save. Oops. Glad I quick saved. Let's get those solar panels in. Okay. Then we'll decouple. We'll switch to this thing. Nope. Okay. This thing is really resilient, so it'll do just fine slamming into the surface like that. See? It's great. Okay, now we can transfer back to this craft, not those things. Can I... Oh no, I can't put it out without... I need it to have electricity. That's its only means of getting... What? What was that? What was that? Is everything fine? Let's hit F3. What was that? It's just some debris exploding. Let's extend that ladder. Wow. Yeah, I'm glad that this thing is fine hitting the ground really bad. So what you're going to do, Bill, is you're going to go and you're going to extend those solar panels there. Because they need to be extended. But there. That should make sure that that craft doesn't die when it's transmitting data. And, let's go find those coordinates. Why isn't it going? Okay. This is going to prove difficult. Alright, here's the first site. This lander is very difficult without SAS. Oops. Luckily it can hit pretty hard. I found though, if you just let it hit and then leave it there, it's not good. You've got to lift it up and let it settle down straight. Otherwise it'll just start turning randomly. But yeah, let's grab the first one. Log seismic data. They're happy. We're going to transmit that. Okay. For them. So there is the first one done. Alright, we will now activate navigation for that one. EVA just to get an idea of where it is. It's in that direction. Okay. And it looks like it's... hope it's that one right there. Good. It looks like it's going to be kind of climbing up that hill over there. Okay. So let's go that direction. Okay, here we are at the second site. Alright, there I am landed at the last site. So, all I need to do now is log the seismic data, and I should get a massive amount of... Look at that, 3 contracts. So, go away. Okay. Come on, let's read these. So, wow. 222,000 credits, or dollars, or whatever they are. That's pretty good. And a lot there, and a lot there. Oh, and they gave me science as well. How kind of them. So I will gather that experiment. And then we'll be on our way. Whoops. That was a bit hard. By bouncing it like that, it should just kind of sit still. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to retract the ladder. And then I'm going to retract the gear. And then I'm going to roll it on its side. And it should be pretty good for storage there. Because the solar panels aren't going to get much sun like that, so they won't be damaged too much. Because I never know how long this thing's going to have to sit here. Let's turn off the lights so it doesn't drain through all its battery. And yeah, now you can take the data and we will head back. We should now be ready for launch. I'm going to log the seismic data as soon as we get into the air. Oh, it won't let you while you're flying. How unfortunate. Whatever. Well, let me do that. Log pressure data. Nothing substantial. What about that? Oh, it's something. Alright, now let's try and get lined up to go home. Oh. We'll drop those. Don't need those. Oh. Had my experiment on that. So never mind about that experiment, and let's close those doors for now. When I should have probably retracted those solar panels. Whatever. Oh. Good. That's probably high enough. Alright, I'm gonna go back to Kerbin, and I'll be back. Now we're coming in for the re-entry. I'm going to retract the solar panels so that they don't burn up. And I'm also going to decouple. We don't need this stage anymore. So that's a bit hard, but they'll live. And now I can recover the vessel. Alright, let's see here. 99.2 science gathered, that's pretty good. A little bit of funds from parts. And they all gained experience, that's great. Let's see here. So, I got that, ooh, prestige. I got money too. So lots of money there. Can I unlock anything? That's 300 science, one of those. Do I want that? No. What about that? That wouldn't be bad. Ooh, that wouldn't be bad at all. Or the main sails. I'm not going to be using those. But that would be nice to have. So let's get that. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I think now... yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode, so thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you really like it, and I'll see you next episode. I hope you all have a very nice day.